Hello everyone, welcome to another one of our MS Guide videos here on G1GW Productions. So today's video, we're going to be talking about the Galbaldy Alpha. This suit, I talked so much junk about this suit a couple months ago, and I was like, man, I don't like the Galbaldy Alpha. I don't like this suit. Blah 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 blah. Why is that to just be want to be Gilgig? And then I just sat back one day. I was like, fine, I'll give it a shot. So I played with it for an entire day, and I would like to retract all my statements I said in the past. This suit is amazing. Now it's not the Galbaldy Beta, and we're gonna be looking at the 450 cost one, which is at level 2. Level 1 Galbaldy Beta, which I argue is slightly better, since level 1 at 450 costs. So, the Galbaldy Alpha. It's a melee suit, high melee priority, really fast animations, Gilgug beam rifle, really good suit. I like this suit. And one drawback that we're gonna get to right away: no topography bonuses. So, I mean, that's why you see a thruster stat increased on this suit, because it needs it, especially since you have to cover a lot of distances. But let's hop into the build and start talking about this. Your two weapons. Well, two real weapons. I don't count the machine gun, which you could use. That's a poor choice, but you know, I can't stop you. Gilgug beam rifle, and the Galbaldy beam rifle, which acts very similar to the Axaka beam rifle, but even though it's an instant stun, it's 95 heat, 350 range, 1700 damage. When the level 1 Gilgug rifle is 2k damage, 400 range, 60 heat rate, with the ability to charge and hit further and harder. So why don't you just use the Gilgug beam rifle? That's kind of the moral of the story there. But yes, Gilgug beam rifle, optimal choice for the suit for range damage and stun. You could use the Galbaldy one. It's a little bit more skill oriented, more one-dimensional, less versatile of a weapon, but it's viable. So you know, just don't use the machine gun. Machine gun bad. Don't do it. Your weapon, the Galbaldy Alpha Beam Saber, does a good amount of damage. Level 2, 1995 damage. Your level 1 does 1900 damage. So you have a 95 point increase every single time you go up a level in melee weapon. Not big, not like it's a jump, but not like a super big jump compared to some suits. Mostly raids in terms of melee weapon damage increase. Your sub weapon is a Sternfaust. Yes, a reliable stun that does ballistic damage that has 2500 damage power. Yes. It hurts. It's good. Thank God this suit has it. It's got the Galbaldy Alpha shield, which is similar to Gilgug shield in terms of shape and size. Not really much else to say about it. It's got 380 100 health, 3850 health. Now, the defensive weakness of the suit is ballistic damage. But Pyro, we're at 450 cost. There's not a lot of ballistic up here. See, that's where you're wrong. If you want to get embarrassed by a Gundam Unit 5 or a Mudrock, you don't put ballistic resistance on, or a Camphor. Now, what you're going to do, which I highly recommend, is you snap at least level 1 and 2 anti-ballistic armor. At least put level 2 on, because you can fit it. Just to give yourself that little extra oomph of ballistic resistance, because base you have 8 ballistic resistance at 450 cost, which is very, very, very low. Especially since, you know, there's a lot of just explosive burst ballistic damage at 450. I'm looking at you, Camphor. I'm looking at you, Mudrock. Name a support kind of deal. Also, low ballistic resistance makes you very, very vulnerable to freaking bazookas. Why would you want that when there's so many of them? Anyways, moving on with the build. Level 2 thruster control system. That gives me my increased thrusters to 62 from 55. It's enough. It's not a lot, but it's enough. It's enough to cover distance. It's enough to stay mobile. That's all I need. Levels 2, 3, and 4 enhanced melee program. That's where the plus 22 melee boost comes from. Level 1 strengthened frame, I threw it on there to basically round out the new model frame, which is also on the unit. Basically, it gives me an extra 1,000 health, brings me up to 15,250 for health, aka 15,250. So yeah, this suit has 130 base speed, so it's, you know, just a general speed for general types. It's not fast. Well, it's quick. It's 130 speed, but it's not a Dom, and it's not, you know, G-line assault light armor. You know, there's strengths and weaknesses to, especially the mobility of the suit, that hold it back. But really, what it makes up for in okay movement, it makes up for in its melee capabilities. Skills for the suit: emergency evasion control system level 2, aka dodge roll level 2. That means as long as you have enough boost bar before you dodge roll the first time, you should have enough boost bar to be able to dodge roll a second time, which allows you to create outplays and outperform your opponents a little bit easier, because you'll have boost bar to tackle, which means that, you know, you can just reset it all again and rinse repeat. You have enhanced tackle level 2, which increases damage by 65% and adds 5% to distance covered. High performance balancer. It's balancer. You're able to melee after boosting. Anti-blast stabilizer. This is important. It's your melee suit. If you melee an enemy and say you get staggered by an opponent, right? You get hit by a bazooka or a beam rifle and you're staggered on top of a mobile suit. If you're in a suit without this skill, the mobile suit exploding at your feet would heavy stagger you, sending you to your knee. Anti-blast stabilizer nullifies that effect. So, you use it to get out of there. And it's a lot in cluster situations. It's a very invaluable skill to keep yourself fighting or to keep pushing forward. You have melee combat controller level 1. This is important. This suit, what we're going to do in the practice range, I'm going to use both 1 swing combos and 2 swing combos. Just keep that in mind. Special leg buffer level 1 is this last skill, which reduces damage dealt to legs and overload on legs by 10%. So, we're going to go into the practice range. We're going to talk about the Galbaldy Alpha and why I actually like this suit. Suit's fun. But, you know, I'll see you guys over there. Alright. Voice crack. Whoa, that was weird. Maybe I just need to drink a little bit more water. But, welcome everybody back to the practice range. Sorry for that little blooper in the beginning. But, welcome. We're talking about the Galbaldy Alpha. I have to go beam rifle equipped. We're going with the same build that was in the first part of the video. So, let's talk about our combos here. So the thing is with this suit is the Gyogi beam rifle we're going to primarily use for a range stun. Not really a DPS weapon, even though it's nice, you could use it that way. But here's the thing. We're a melee suit. You know, I left this at, we're like at like 20 to 21 base range boost, which is a 20 to 21% damage increase on your range attacks. We're really not going to utilize that all that much because we're going to be focusing more on our melee attacks, which we've bumped up to into the 40s. So, we hit the Grandpa Gundam with the beam rifle. We're going to go up for our melees, and you're going to see what I'm talking about quick animations and a quick recovery too. So, as you see, we're recovered. Now, let's talk about this downswing. You see, the suit recover from its downswing very quickly. Most suits, they sit there forever until they get back up, you know. But, for example again, not even 2 seconds. We're helpless for a second. That's it. Solid like second and a half of just helplessness. The same amount of time it takes for you to recover from a stagger is your downswing on this suit. Not a heavy stagger like most suits. You do a lot of damage, you have a lot of range with your downswing, which is why I kind of just negate the 2 swing combo. Granted, 2 swings statistically does a little bit more damage, you know, but why 2 swing when I could just hit downswing be ready to go again. Melee's recharging, melee's recharging. Downswing, hit him in the legs, go back, you know. You know, you can. I'm not saying don't two-swing. I just find it more time effective and cost effective and damage effective to hit him with a lot of just heavy swings, aka downswings, than going for the two-swing combo all the time. So, ways to lead up into the suit. Charge a beam rifle shot all the way, go in, hit him with the two-swing melee combo, going for the downswing onto the legs. This suit can target legs very easily, especially suits on the ground. His downswing is at an angled attack. It angles down in front, which means as long as you are knowledgeable of the hitbox of this suit, especially the melee swing, you'll hit legs more often than not, crippling your enemy, making it easier to finish them off, and or make sure they can't move anymore. Your Sturmfaust, since you're always going to be aiming for the legs anyways, is going to cripple legs. You're going to be destroying legs a lot in the suit, so, you know, don't worry about it. I highly recommend, though, if you're going to play the suit, get out of the habit of boosting to cancel the recovery of your downswing. You recover so fast anyways, you could save that boost for actual evasive maneuver. Or, you know, outplaying some move by dodge rolling and then tackling. So, that's what I'm saying. The suit has a low skill floor. I'll say a semi-low skill floor, right? It's a Gelgoog, and all meaning of it, it's still a Gelgoog. It's just a Gelgoog missing a Gian. That's where the skill ceiling comes in. Gian is a really hard suit to use, but this suit inherits a lot of the stuff that the Gian has outside of damage, which is its fast animations, its unique animation, and it's slimmer than a normal Gelgoog. As you can tell, it's still a big boy, but look at my profile compared to the Gelgoog cannon. I'm taller, yes. My shoulders are slightly more in line with my suit. My arms aren't spread out as wide. My legs are still pretty flared out due to the armor, but also side profile. I'm a little taller with my thruster pack, but I don't have the skirt as flared out in the back. The reduced profile allows you to basically maneuver a lot easier, not get clipped by random stuff that you normally would in a Gelgoog. But yeah, no, the Galbaldy Alpha is a really good suit. I highly recommend this. It does a lot of damage. Raids might not consider you having high melee priority, so you coming up with high melee priority is going to be a big thing to a raid. Because they can't challenge you on melee unless you get rid of your priority. Because, you know, this game is interesting in that way. Is say, because I never explained this in my videos, even though I mentioned it before. If you hit this building, say with like a normal beam saber downswing, you lose your priority as long as you're hitting that building, which means a suit with medium or high priority will swing through you. So be careful. With this suit, you don't have to worry about that. Your hitbox is very narrow and linear. You know, you're not going to lose priority unless you hit another suit in front of you. One combo I really like to do that does somewhat less damage than double downswing is I like when an enemy is on the ground to just hit him in the knees with an uncharged Gelgoog shot. Because I'm not using this Gelgoog rifle like the other Gelgoogs where I'm saving it up, hitting him with constant charge shots. Because I got the Sturmfaust. I got a good, reliable secondary stun option. I'm using the Gelgoog rifle for more DPS on the suit. Your upswing is also a good, or your neutral swing, it's a good way to hit down enemies. It's got a very, very, very sharp vertical increase in the swing, hitbox especially. So it starts from, as you can see, out in front of the left foot to the left of it, up to the top right of your suit. The bottom right is not counted as a hitbox. The hitbox that is counted is the area directly around the beam saber. Yeah, it's a little inflated like a balloon, a little bit. From the start of the swing up to the top. But everything on the left will get hit. So you see, it's not very long. like your downswing is, because your downswing is it's a lunge. It's a lunging downswing, but unlike the suits with 2 steps to the melee, you got 1. All your damage is concentrated into 1 blow instead of 2, instead of breaking up into 2 different modifiers because there's 2 different steps. You just have 1 lunge that reaches really well, damages down in front of you, hits legs. So, with that in mind, melee for this suit will break legs. Without a doubt, the longer you fight a Galbaldy Alpha, the faster you're going to be able to not run anymore. It's very good at locking down an opponent 1v1 and loves extended engagements, as long as the opponent itself isn't a direct type advantage to you. The suit really suffers against supports due to the ballistic resistance being so low on the suit, and a lot of supports, if not all supports, have some sort of ballistic weapon that's going to do not only the increased type advantage damage, but you have really reduced ballistic defense. Negating any damage is going to be very impossible. So, I don't recommend really fighting a support one-on-one. At least, I would help out a ally attacking a support, but I would never engage directly on support without backup. Suits you really have to worry when you're playing this. So, the Galbaldy Alpha excels in extended duration, extended combat. So, something the camper does not want to engage in. But the thing is, camper is one of your biggest threats due to its high ballistic damage. It's a shooting suit with 4 ballistic weapons. It's got its shotgun, it's got its Vulcans, it's got the double Sturmfaust, it's got the double bazooka, which all stagger and stun, and they do nothing but ballistic damage. Be careful of that suit. Be careful of the standard defeat at 450 and 400 cost. That suit has a shotgun and a lot of melee damage. You have a lot of melee defense, but thing is, that suit also has high melee priority. You will clash with it. Its neutral swing is as fast as your downswing. Its downswing does more damage than your downswing, so be careful. Also, suits you really need to look out for is just the support category in general. Don't fight supports one-on-one. That's my biggest tip. If you do, make sure you play the suit to the best of your abilities, and you'll come out on top. Or, you know, if you die, the support will almost be dead too. So, other generals you have to be careful for outside the camper and the standard of free. Gundam Unit 4 is a possible adversary that you have to watch out for. The gun cannon type D will shred you. It is nothing but ballistic damage. Do not get caught by one. It will stun lock you. You will be really, really, really crying for help. It's not a fun experience. Trust me, I've done it before. The G-Line Assault Armor, due to his shoulder cannon and his shotgun, decimate you. It'll destroy your legs, and you won't be able to run anywhere. That's the G-Line Assault Armor is a raid. So we're gonna phase it to our raids here, because the general category is kind of fizzles out at that point, anyways. A free DS at 400 cost due to his shotgun. The Gundam Unit 5 at 450 due to its Gatling gun can shred your legs because it's nothing but ballistic damage. Blue Destiny Unit 2, its rockets from its chest will severely cripple your legs if they do hit due to your low ballistic resistance. And the fact that the suit is really fast. Be very careful. You know it's a raid. Its fast movement and attacks and powerful attacks due to exam can really hurt you. Same thing goes with the Ifrit Kai. Do not engage it so willy-nilly. It does a lot of damage, especially at 400 and 450 cost. Other raids to be careful for include the Rigdon GH in space. It's got a lot of ballistic damage, and its sword just hurts. And that's actually really it. So yeah, there's a lot of things that hurt this suit, but this suit excels against most suits that don't like extended combat. So this is the Galbaldy Alpha. I recommend this suit. Please, 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 when you get a chance, pick it up. It's a good suit to fill out any sword team comp if you're lacking any melee and close range damage. So keep that in mind. If there's anything I missed in the video, make sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Also in the comments, let me know if there's a suit you want to see in the future videos. Make sure if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe for alerts on future content, which includes MS guides, map guides, and we're gonna go over more of just generalized tips and tricks for this game. So keep an eye out for those. But anyways, as always, this has been Deranged Pyro, aka Granny Warrior, signing off.